Good day, VC. How's everybody doing? Been a minute. Seeking a thread. Been some stuff happening here. A little travel, a little life, a little family. So I wanted to get to you with two topics. I have a bunch of videos I want to film, maybe this week even. So stay tuned. Today, well, first of all, hope everyone's well. I've been following along, watching bids, doing my thing, accumulating a whole ton of records. I probably have to take the rest of the year off and buying records. Well, we'll see. Anyway, today I'm going to discuss. I just visited Philadelphia with my wife for an anniversary trip. We saw Fleet Foxes, hung out in Philly, had some nice meals, a little bit of record shopping, so I'm going to show you that. But first, I wanted to do the 10 records in the vinyl community that you don't think anyone owns, the TKR video thing. I missed it. I think it's over, but I still wanted to do it, except this one I'm going to do as a punk edition, or post-punk edition. I got called out by Vinyl Rich, whose video was probably the most popular. He should probably win, I guess, but I got called out, so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do a punk edition in honor of Vinyl Rich. This is not punk. This is a Stereolab and Oval. We're listening to the Oval side of this Micro Storia Reprovisers. It's a series. These are all very cheap 12 inches. I have a couple of them. There's also a UI Mouse on Mars and a Jim O'Rourke Violent Onsen edition, all on Thrill Jockey. As I said, this is Stereolab on one side and Oval on the other. We're listening to Oval, I think German electronic group. Nice stuff. So I'm going to do, let's do the 10 records in the VC you don't think anyone owns first. I got 5 7 inches, 5 LPs. Maybe there's some of you that have this, but there's a slight variation on each that makes it a little different. The LPs, maybe, maybe not. Whatever. A little cold brew. Okay. I'm going to start with this. This is a thing. This is a weird addition. You know those things in your life that you have that you can't get rid of. It could be some artifact, a book, or just some annoying thing you just find everywhere. In this case, it's this item. It's the record that's inside that I've been keeping, but it's the holder that I've been just I keep running into, putting it everywhere, and then the one day I want to find it, I can't find it. So today, after digging around for a while, I found it. What is it? It's a frisbee, and this is the first in this series of records I don't think anyone else owns. This is a Simply Saucer 4-song EP, packaged in a frisbee. You can see it here. This was a precursor to their Saucerland archival LP, put out by Galactic Zoo Disc, Logan Archives, or Logan Hardware. This was the top tag. It came in the bag like this. And so I still have the top tag, but there's a 7-inch in here. It's pretty good. It's a little bit rough, but I usually don't keep it in the frisbee. I've been just sort of housing the frisbee elsewhere, so it's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, one of the more absurd additions, packaging-wise. So I don't know if anyone has this, but to take it off, you got to remove the frisbee, and there it is, white label. Simply Saucer, 4 songs. Funny that they did all that packaging and didn't bother putting any custom labels or any kind of label on it. But it's 4 songs. Reckless Agitation, Oh So Much, Give It Away, and Oh What You Say. I don't think these have were never released anywhere else. I think they're probably on the Saucerland archival LP. But anyway, that's one thing. Anyone have that? This someone could have, but I've never seen anyone show it. Anyway, this is the Static, one of the earliest records with Glenn Branca. Severe no wave stuff. Also Barbara S., who would go on to be in the Y-Pants. This is on Theoretical Records, original pressing. Never been reissued. Don't Let Me Stop You, and My Relationship. Static. Not a cheap record, but it could be had. Maybe one of you has it. Theoretical Record. Sort of an iconic record, I think. It's Glenn Branca before. I mean, he might have been working on the orchestrations as well, but this was really the only thing done by the Static with Barbara S in it, and it's definitely in the no wave pocket, the Static. This is another 7-inch, the Verge, habitual EP, the only release they ever did. They were out of Albany, New York. It's a rare 7-inch, but not impossible to find, but it's significant. I don't know if anyone's ever shown it, but significant to me because years later I would start playing. This is the custom inner sleeve. It's a good record too, a little on the power pop side, but definitely punk. Years later I would play with the bass player in this band in another band called Fully Automatic Universe. So it's significant to me for that. So it's pretty cool. The sleeve folds out into an insert or a poster. This guy here is my friend Tom Murray, who I played with in a band with. And this is the Verge, out of Albany, on No Crust Records. Yeah, 1983. This is, I think, 4 tracks, so it's an EP. We'll do like the custom inner. Nice, like I said, if you like Mission of Burma or whatever, this will appeal to you. There we go. A couple more. There's this Wire 7-inch X-Line Tamer with I Am the Fly. I Am the Fly is the A side. Now this is significant because, I don't know, probably some of you have it. Nice picture sleeve on the Harvest label, but it's significant because it's a UK promo. You can see that not for sale there. You don't see, or at least I don't see too many UK promo editions. Pretty cool. I Am the Fly, X-Line Tamer, 2 incredible songs. Let me flip this side to the Stereolab side. Last 7-inch. Dim Stars. This is a supergroup with Thurston Moore, Steve Shelley, Don Fleming, and Richard Hell. It's a triple 7-inch with Raymond Pettibone cover artwork, and you'll see this one's significant. Maybe some of you has this, but I'm wondering if anyone has it signed by Thurston Moore on the cover and Steve Shelley on the inner. It's a triple, as I said, 7-inch, and it's got like 4 different versions of You Gotta Lose, as well as 2 covers by, one is by, I don't have the band name, I'm gonna have to insert the bands, but 2 obscure punk bands. One's from Texas and I think one from California. Stickmen with Ray Guns is one of the bands with Christian Rat Attack. And this song here, Plug by R. Parsons and T. White, from a pretty rare collection, or a pretty rare band. I gotta look up, I'll put it in here who they are. But otherwise, 4 different parts on all the different sides of You Gotta Lose, a Richard Hell song done on one of his records. So it's a triple 7-inch, which you don't see too often. On Ecstatic Peace, Thurston Moore's label, but yeah, signed by Thurston Moore and Steve Shelley. Pretty awesome Pettibone art too. God, love the Pettibone art. You can see, I don't know if you're catching what's going on there, but give you a minute to find it. Hope you had fun with that. And that's the 5 7-inches. The LPs, these are all punk, by the way. The LPs, let's start with this band called Nazmac. 4 Clicks. This is a Dutch post-punk group. Some unique cover art, the embossed cover there. And not incredibly rare, but I've never seen anyone show this on the Plurex label. Never been reissued. It's got this die-cut cover art. Nazmac, Dutch new wave post-punk. Here's another one that's sort of another new wave, but on the punk side of things, the Delinquents. This band is out of Texas as well. Yeah, Austin, Livewire Records. This is from 1981. This one is still in the Shrinky Dinky. Looks kind of corny, but this is really good actually. Insert. Anyone have this out there? I have a bunch of pretty weird post-punk I'd like to show more of sometime, but this one's not too expensive. They're just one of these bands that no one's really discussed. I've seen anyway. This is a good thread. Obviously, everyone went for it. There's a way for everyone to really participate, just because a lot of people have at least 10 records that are probably on the weird side. This one is a pretty rare one, the original demo pressing of Dolly Mixture demonstration tapes. I think I've shown this. It's a double LP, all white labels. This is a new wave band out of England in the vein of like the Shop Assistants or Marine Girls. And it's got the original paper insert. This band, I think this stuff has been reissued since, but this was like an '85 pressing that compiled all of their recordings. But they were around like at least 3 to 4 years before this. So you can see this is the original how it came. The address on the bottom. Dolly mixture, demonstration tapes, double LP, white label. Tough one to find. Got this a while ago. Still expensive. 2 more. Here's a Louisville sort of not archival, archetype for the scene that would go on there, the post-rock scene. Your Food, Drag City did a reissue of this. This is the original pressing on Screaming Whore Dog. This is excellent. A little bit sort of skronky, a little Perubu style. Just songs that are just, you know, doing their own thing. This is like early, this is definitely post-punk, but it's sort of in its own universe. Your Food, Poke It With a Stick. The Drag City reissue is still out there. I actually have the Drag City promo CD in there. And one more for 10 Obscure Records. This one I bet someone has, but I'm going to show it anyway. Rosa, Yemen, Lizzie Mercedes de Clou. This is her sort of no-wave group. The only EP they did, they compiled it on the reissue that Light in the Attic did for her first album under the Lizzie name. They put this Rosa Yemen stuff on it. This stuff is great. In French, what is it? 6 tracks. Also features DJ Baines on rhythmic guitar. Is this a French pressing? I believe it is. I think it was issued in France and England. It's on the Zay label. Great cover. Yeah, check this out if you don't know it. Let's see, what else can I tell you about it? It's just great. It's less of the sort of dance thing she'd be doing, and more of sort of, you know, skronky, or not even skronky is the wrong word, but sort of chaotic and sort of stream of consciousness, post-punk, sort of new wave. Rosa Yemen, 1979. Okay, those are my 10 obscure records for TKR video, or for all of you. Hope you enjoyed that. And heads up, here comes the frisbee. Alright, I'm going to switch the record and talk about my Philly finds. Alright, we're going to start with playing first time issue of the early OCS records. John Dwyer's very earliest sort of home recordings, 4-track recordings of the OCs, all of it. But OCS, these are basically what he compiled as 3 CDs, I think 1, 2, and 3, all issued on vinyl for the first time on No Coast Records. I have the other OCS stuff. I have all of the John Dwyer OCs records, including the new one, which I got to talk about. But we're going to hear part of this. This is a triple LP. You can still get this. I love it. It's sort of like noise experiments and sort of his idea of primitive Americana, John Fahey style. He was listening to a lot of John Fahey at the time, so that's happening here. John Dwyer, just an absolute legend. So this I didn't find in Philly. This I got at Angry Mom. But anyway, I did see it in Philly, one of the stores. All right, so yeah, as I said, we hit Philly, and on the way down, we hit 2 different spots. We went to a rummage sale, which I don't know if everyone calls them rummage sales, but it's essentially a church bazaar where they, once a year, pile a whole bunch of junk in a parking lot or inside the church, and they sell, and usually there's records. And I found 3 at the rummage sale. I'll show you the least exciting first. This is Ralph Carmichael. This is going to suck, I already know that, but it's on Limelight. The cover, you know, I'll usually check everything out because of the cover. If it's Christian, it could be interesting. Ralph Carmichael and the Young People, I Looked for Love. This was a quarter. These next 3 records were all a quarter. So, I haven't listened to this yet, but I already know it's not going to be very good. You try stuff for a quarter. I mean, you have to think about it. The next 2 were good finds, and particularly the second one, but I'll show you this one too. I've never seen this before. It's clearly a vocalist, Stan Levy quintet on Mode Records, doing some jazz vocal standards. This was a quarter. It ends up being about a $15 album. Again, I'm just getting this because I knew it was worth checking out. So that's that. These are all at the Church Bazaar. And this one I knew right away to grab because I saw what it was. Red Mitchell. On Contemporary, we have, this is presenting Red Mitchell with the Sweet Cat on the cover. Billy Higgins, Lorraine Geller, and James Clay on flute and tenor sax quartet. This is a first press. Only one pressing of this on Contemporary, Deep Groove Contemporary labels. This ends up being about a $50 or $60 record. It's in pretty nice shape. Some wear, but gotta clean it up and listen to it. So for a quarter, heck yeah, I grabbed that. We stopped at one antique shop, and I ended up buying one record, the Ernest Tubb Record Shop, which I have it over there. I didn't bother getting it. Fun record, fun cover. Nice, fun antique store, but nothing else other than that. So on to Philly. Essentially spent one day out of the two we were there digging. And we were 2 doors down from Philly Record Exchange, which is one of the oldest running Philadelphia record stores, which I was feels like they're a little bit there coasting there. Good store. A lot of good digging to do there, but I looked through all of the jazz, all of the rock, all of the individual letters, and I found 2 records. One was from the New Arrivals, actually. Right? No, actually, they both ended up being from New Arrivals, so the sections were, I don't know, there's a lot of digging to be done there, but the prices are pretty good, not incredible. So I'll show you those 2 first. I spent a good hour and a half in there. I tried this out. I've not seen this record, but never heard it. Clifford Jordan, Highest Mountain on Inner City, with Cedar Walton, Sam Jones, and Billy Higgins, another Billy Higgins appearance. This was $18. I didn't buy it. I will look up something to see what it's going for online if it's like really expensive, but 18 bucks, I didn't feel like it. They gave me a cash deal, so that was good. Inner City, Clifford Jordan, of course. Excellent tenor player. He's got a lot of legendary recordings. This is from recorded in 75, released in 76 on Inner City. And this next one I was looking for, actually. It was in my want list. One of 2 Don Cab records I was looking for. This is For Respect, an original pressing on Touch and Go for 15 bucks. Philly Record Exchange. Love this cover. I only have one Don Cab record. I'm looking for this one and one other one on Touch and Go. But there you have it. Happy to find that for 15. If you don't know Don Cab, definitely pretty influential math rock, post rock, instrumental outfit. So that's what I got there. The other place I spent a good amount of time on was at Repo Records. Also, I browsed at Crate Diggers. Didn't find anything in there. Cool store, a lot of hip hop, but nothing. Prices were a little too high for me, and I didn't see anything that I wanted to budge on. Repo, however, had a couple of good things, and I ended up getting one wall piece and one stuff record in the bin. A lot of new things at Repo. But here's what I got at Repo. Now I'll show you. This one was from the bins. Normal Hawaiians. I just ended up getting their compilation of singles, a reissue. This is from, I think, their second record in the UK from '83. This is going to be art rock, experimental, kind of post-punk on Illuminated Records, the inner sleeve. Only one pressing of this. I don't know if it's been reissued, but nice custom labels. This is a good band. I really like the singles comp that just came out. This was 35 beams. Ends up being okay. It's kind of the thing that you have to get this from the UK to get it, so I went for it. So I'm happy with that. Have I listened to it yet? No. I'm hopeful that it's going to be good. And this one, I ended up paying a decent amount for this. I've been looking for a few records on the Obscure label, and they had like 4 or 5 records in this series. And this is Gavin Bryars with The Sinking of the Titanic. A record some of you, I'm sure, will know. They also had the John Cage record on Obscure, and Penguin Cafe Orchestra, and the Michael Nyman. I really wanted the Harold Budd Pavilion of Dreams UK press. But this is just in stunning shape, so I went for it. I mean, what you have on here, you know, produced by Eno. You also have Gavin, not Gavin Bryars. Who's the other name? Michael Nyman is on this. Derek Bailey, guitar. John Adams. Let's see who else. Oh, there was another name. But in any case, produced by Eno. I don't know if he's actually producing or he's just sort of putting it out, but pristine shape. It's technically a second press. I like that it came with the original Island catalog, which I guess would have been included, but it says 77 in there. And it's technically the second press on those red labels, but UK Obscure. So I was happy to get that. I passed on the other ones in the series just because I was trying to be a little bit conservative. So looking forward to spinning that. And then the last one I got was from a bookstore that also had a very nice curated selection of records, brickaback. They had this cheap record, Michael and the Mumbles, one I've had in my want list. It sells on Discogs for $5 to $10. I paid $10 for it in the store, so that's fine. Mainly a bookstore that he was sort of curating his own selection of stuff he liked. Really cool store, brickaback. Yeah, they had a ton of African and sort of Mississippi reissues, all reissues, but a few used ones, and they had this. This is Michael Yonkers in his early group, sort of garage band. There's some really good stuff on this. On the Stereolab label, not a reissue. Sorry, it's an archival record. I don't think this stuff was ever released at the time. Originally from 2009 on the Stereolab. Anyway, that's my Philly finds and the 10 obscure records I don't think anyone in the VC maybe has. Punk Edition, TKR, and Vinyl Rich, and we've been listening to this OCS comp. Alright, take care everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. More videos to come I think this week. We'll see. But I have some that I'm going to do right now, probably. Alright, see ya.